when I lost my job, my self-esteem. I drank my gray skies black, but through the flames of my regrets, I fought the long way back. This is me, the choice is yours to make. Beneath these bones there's more than I could be. I would carry you against the wind and blow the rain clouds back to sea. Well, I was born in chains. Some call them destiny, or maybe God's will. But I left behind the ties that bind, spit out the Lord's bitter pill. So I roamed this world. My mind, my soul, my will, now free. Opened the door I closed before, to find my own family. This is me, the chance is yours to take. 'Cause I won't say goodbye when times get tough. I will carry you through blazing fire and melt with you to fluid love. Yeah, I won't promise you the rainbow in a world of dust and heat. I just promise you a lifetime, till it's the maker we will meet. This is me, it won't be a mistake. 'Cause I know, yeah, I know you're tough enough. Come and walk with me through blazing fire and melt with me to fluid love. Come and walk with me through blazing fire and melt with me to fluid love.
Hello, noodle pedal tattle pal. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm flashed. I just went through a lot of options on the Descent trying to find out how to demo that to you. Yeah, that's gonna be difficult. This is a very unique piece of gear. Find out more about it after the demo when I talk to Colt Westbrook. So if you don't want to see me noodling around, skip to that portion of the demo. That guy is cool. And he tells you how what's wrong with me? He uses the Descent. So, I am going into the Messner, then into the Bellwether Delay, then into the Descent, then into the Joyo Beale Street 12-watt amp with 6v6 power amp tubes. It's pretty much a tweet style amp, which is then going into the Torpedo Studio by my good friend Guillaume P. from Two Notes. Thank you, Guillaume. This thing is awesome. And I'm playing this with the brand new Maybach Thomann, a T-style guitar, clocks in at about $1,900, $1,890 or something, and it's worth every fucking penny because wow, what a sound. I'm flashed. Slightly aged, some dings and dongs, plays beautifully, sounds to die for. It really does. I'm really looking forward to playing this more. So this is what the clean sound sounds like. So the Descent is not your normal reverb, you gotta know that. By the way, I'm lazy, I'm skipping the stereo demo because it would crush the length of this video. And most of us don't have stereo anyway. So what do we have? We have Hall, Reverse, and Shimmer. So where's Plate and Spring and all that other stuff? It doesn't have this. If you're looking for a standard reverb, skip this video. This is not it. This is a very creative, very specific tool. What it does is it adds in minus and plus 1 octaves into your reverb tail. So it's not a pitch shifter per se, it only adds that to the reverb to allow for film score-y kind of sounds. So check this shit out. I'm gonna go to Hall, give it full dry mix, meaning my guitar will be in there. We have standard reverb time. This is kind of tweak is the dampening. You have to read the manual for this thing, and I forget what these things do because for all 3 modes, those 3 buttons do different things. Diminish is kind of your not dampening, something like whatever your walls are made out of. So I'm gonna try to get the octaves out. This is your mix of the reverb signal. How much of your dry signal is in the reverb, how much of your minus and plus octaves. So I'm gonna crank up dry signal all the way. So we have dry mix all the way, dry signal all the way, and this is my reverb mix. I'm gonna get it a good dose of reverb so we can hear the Hall. That's pretty. Let's make that shorter. That's what she said. Because, it's necessary with me, Kind of blooms up in the back. More dull, more dampening, so we want no dampening. And let's see how long it can go. So now, just to demonstrate, I'm going to take the dry signal out and only add the higher octave to this incredibly long reverb. Too many notes. Let's add the lower octave. Moody, dark cave with ogres in it. But you don't have to have your dry signal in there too much. Come the fuck on, that's whale songs. That is so beautiful. I'm gonna do some of that with the Bellwether. What if I distort that a little bit with the Messner? I don't know, probably crap, but let's find out. Okay, dem shits clearly be fun, as they say in my hood. So this is what you can do. Let's do the same thing with a little bit of octave in there. Organy. A lot of stuff will sound organy because that's how organs work. So if I mix in the dry signal again, only in the reverb tail. Remember, this is for the reverb tail. So you can see, you can clearly do crazy shit with that. So let's go to reverse, where this becomes your pre-delay. Time travel shit, really. Okay, clearly you're not gonna play an AC/DC solo with that. Okay, not your kind of. Well, you don't use a reverb for that anyway. So as you can see, reverse, crazy shit. Shimmer kind of has a feedback, which I think is the diminish knob. Let me see. I have to turn it on. That helps. No, I moved it. can definitely use the descent to make your guitar larger if you are by yourself in a band and you just need to cover that high stuff, which, you know, usually the violins cover in an orchestra. We can't get as high as a violin. We never do. We don't play those notes. So the descent very coolerliciously can do that. And also doing solos, it can actually just get your guitar out of the mix if you're doing it subtly. You have to work with this puppy. It's something that you really have to learn. Okay, well, let's go to something. I want to save this right now. That's my setting. Well, you have 3 presets. So you're holding bypass in. Actually, turning it on, I guess. It flashes, and it's saved. That can be recalled with the preset foot switch or actually a remote input. So if you have an extra pedal that you want to use a switch pedal to do that, you can do that remotely. You can even do it, check out my video for the ES8s. You can even do that from a looper switcher with the trigger out. Very, very cool. So you don't actually have to be at the pedal to do that. And you just hold in the bypass button to do it. I sound like some guy trying to sell you a used car or something. Here's something very cool that I like to do with the descent. If you have a delay, actually no, wait, I'm sorry. There's something else I have to show, which is the expression pedal function. I have a Source Audio dual expression pedal right here at my feet, plugged into the expression input. So what you do is, you go to the heel position, you set up dry mix, you set up a setting, okay? Then you go to the toe position and you set up a different setting, anything you want, and then it's gonna switch between those two. You can morph between those two. Oh wait, that's what I want. Very cool, you can morph between those two settings. So one more quick thing, and then we've looked at this for 20 minutes, holy shit. What I like to do is, let me see, this is going... I'm going to use an insert cable. I'm going to insert that into the effects loop of the Bellwether, okay? And in-out on the descent. If I actually have the correct in-out now, I don't know, but we're gonna find out. Okay, there we go. What I'm gonna set up is full dry mix, full wet mix, Yes. No dry signal in the reverb, and a lot of plus and minus octave. So that means my delays get reverb, but pitch shifted. How cool is that? Let's talk to Colt. So, we're in the blue. Hey, we're here with Colt again, like in the other videos, and we chat about stuff and sheep and rubber on the holes and, you know, anything we can really talk about. Little Danish girls.
Everything's on the table. Okay.
Talking about the little Danish girl, Philippa Q did a killer Bellwether demo. Check it out. I'll put the link under here too, because she's cool. She's 10 years old and did a great Bellwether demo, possibly rivaling mine, because she went actually into a bell tower in the mist. Crazy! So, the Descent, which in the first iteration of uploading my track, I forgot the S and then it was just decent. We don't want that. You have to add the S.
It's just a decent pedal. It does just decently what you need it to do.
Here's the thing, and I'm gonna go into that in the my 2 cents part. Actually, I'm not. I'm gonna go into it right now. This is a very special reverb. It's not your reverb that you want to get when you want a reverb. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's because you want.
It's not.
You want.
You want plate or hall or the spring.
It's not gonna do this. Let's say it can do a hall sound if you need it, but even then, I still hear a little bit of that higher octave, even if they have the octave all the way down. This is your thing for the crazy stuff, for the soundscapes, for the adding. Actually, what I love using this for, is it correct English? I don't know. I love using it for getting a guitar out of the mix by adding that higher octave in the reverb, and therefore there's just this extra note that gets the sound to pop out of the mix a little bit. So you don't necessarily really hear it, that higher octave. It just helps the guitar to pop out of the rest of the mix. So it's brilliant for that. It's brilliant for soundscapes. And in the, check this out, in my Bellwether demo, I actually had one guitar where this was in the effects loop of the Bellwether, and I had the dry on the reverb down, so the reverb was only an octave above and below the original signal, but only in the delays, and that's just awesome. That was totally cool.
It is awesome. It's a fun trick.
And reverse is cool, but you clearly didn't design this as a standard reverb pedal that also has a different voice. It pretty much always has that voice, right?
Yeah, it has a similar sound between each mode, definitely. Yeah.
And
So,
and so
it's just we created it to be. It's just a. Oh, go ahead. No, you're. I mean, you're right. It's a tool to create enormous symphonic tidal waves of sound. You know, and so we get a lot of guys calling in, being like, I need a spring reverb or a plate reverb. I bought your Descent, and it's like, well, you shouldn't have bought the Descent. You know, it's not what it's for.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
But people, you know, people use them for creating just those enormous long tail delays or reverbs and you know, kind of just real patty, real wide music when you want to fire your keyboard player. It's a great pedal to have after that decision's made. So
I couldn't have said it better myself. Patty, keyboardy. The reverse actually can be misused as kind of a delay, kind of a sound. And
that's cool.
Yeah. If you know how to like time it with your reverb time. So don't be misled into buying this as your standard reverb. This is definitely a box to be used creatively and to add an extra sound, an extra voice to your guitar stuff. I actually loved using this on lead guitar to subtly add a higher octave and get it, as I said, out of the mix and just sing a little bit more. It's a beautiful pedal. It's something that you have to actually know that you want it. And I'm actually thinking this is difficult to check out at a store, which is why my job is so important. Because if you go in a store and you play with it for 5 minutes, I'm thinking, and then you make the decision, I don't like it. You might be making the wrong decision because this is something that for me opened up after playing with it for quite a while. And that's luckily when nowadays we have like a 30-day money-back guarantee for most online stores. If you're in any way interested because of this demo, I suggest get this for a week or two, really play with it, and if you then find out it's not your thing, send it back. It's definitely too expensive to keep it if you don't fully like it, but it's something you have to spend time with.
Yeah, I do some like studio stuff for like documentaries and things like that here in town with some people, and I always the Descent's always something I bring with me when I go in. Just you know, something you can dial. My favorite thing to do is kind of dial back my mix and just let the wet pass through, and just use like the sub octave, and you can get these like, you know, droning trombone sounds, or you know, just a nice dark orchestra kind of sound. And
documentaries would be cool.
It's really fun for that kind of stuff.
I can totally imagine like a volcano documentary and then doing it with that. Sunrise.
Exactly.
Like this is how you have to think about it. Yeah. This is how you have to think about this pedal. This guy knows how to sell his shit. So thanks, Colt. We're gonna do one more pedal before I let you go, and I'll let you guys go. And if you want to see what else we talk about, you have to watch the Vanguard demo coming up sometime in the future. Thanks, Colt. What's my 2 cents? Well, the Walrus Audio Descent is not for everybody. It is a very unique tool. Do not get it if you're looking for a standard reverb. It is not. You can get a decent hall sound out of it if you want to use it as a normal reverb, but that's not the idea. The idea is really to go crazy on the soundscapes, to give you something different. So that's what that is. It's something different. And if you're into experimenting, it's fun. It has a lot of potential if you're in it, if you understand what the idea is. So it's not a cheap toy. I think it clocks in at 3 something, so I think it's over $300. But it's incredibly unique. Well built, presets, expression pedal, stereo, not stereo in and out, I think. I'm not sure. Maybe you could. I don't know. Maybe with the TRS. I don't know. But anyway, I can't say go get it because that would be wrong. You need to be the guitar player that wants that particular sound, and then you're going to have a shitload of fun with that. Don't get it if you're playing in an AC/DC cover band and that's all you do, because then you don't need reverb at all, you idiot! See ya, guys. And thanks to Colt for hanging out with me. Links underneath to Thomann in case you want to buy or check it out. I would very much appreciate it if you're in the market for stuff to buy. Use my links because that's also how I pay for the house and the dogs and all that. And also, please subscribe. 70% of the people that are watching me have not subscribed to the channel, which is really punishable by death in certain countries. See you guys.